Can we all pump the brakes? It's not just about rookies that I'm talking about. It could be about second-year players, too. Did you know that before yesterday, Mitch Trubisky had thrown 9 touchdown passes and 15 career starts? That's it. So let's pump the brakes. What happened was that he was going against a pathetic, awful Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that had holes all over the place. You got this kid, Tariq Cohen. Did you see how they utilized this kid? They bunched up receivers. They had mismatches all over the field. You had wide open dudes. And it wasn't just the quarterback standing in the pocket taking pictures, calling the family, and all of that stuff. It was wide receivers literally moonwalking across the field, just having a ball, okay? There was nobody in sight. Tampa Bay's defense was horrendous. Look at the holes all over the place with their defense. And this kid, Cohen, he only rushed for 53 yards on 13 carries. 7 receptions for 121 yards. I mean, even just all over the field. They didn't know what to do or when to do it. So, yes, Mitch Trubisky is impressive. And if he plays half as good as he did yesterday, and he has, instead of a 154 quarterback rating, he can give me an 80 quarterback rating, okay, and look halfway decent, I'll sit up there and concede that Chicago's the team to beat in the NFC North. But I don't know if Mitchell Trubisky is going to look that way against future opponents because everybody ain't as horrid as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's just pump the brakes. Let's calm down, and let's understand. Let's be kind to the folks in Chicago because, my God, this time of year until March is freezing. You need something to look forward to, and the Bulls ain't gonna give it to you. Okay, and we don't know if the Cubs gonna give it to you. We'll find out more about that today. Bottom line is Soldier Field, Chicago. All right, they're giving you a reason to cheer. Congratulations, but it's one game against a horrible Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense.
See what just happened to the Bucs offense, by the way?
Yeah.
Wait till that starts happening to the Chiefs at some point, not even with the offense, but with the defense. Like, you know, that offense, the Chiefs offense better keep scoring because look what happens to the Bucs when they stop scoring, right? They have a bad defense.
At some point in time, we got to have a debate on this show about who's the worst defenses in the league. I mean, my God, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, look, Tampa Bay. I mean, it's everywhere.
Let's get into this with the Bears. If Trubisky plays like this, are they the favorites? Yes. Now, what is this that he played like? Stephen A., you're 100% right. They were wide open. He was not pressured. He's bad against pressure. Let's say who Mitchell Trubisky is so far, right? He can outrun some linebackers. He's a big, strong, athletic kid with a big arm, a strong arm, who's mobile and was traded up for, like, so they could grab him high in the first round, kind of like Blake Bortles. Kind of exactly like, but on a team with a great defense, kind of like Blake Bortles. And the question will be, can he do it in the playoffs? But if he can just be competent in the regular season, they should probably win the division because that defense was already quite good. And then they added one of the best defenders. I believe Khalil Mack, if he stays healthy, will go down as one of the best defenders who ever lived. And that guy's in his prime right now. You add a Hall of Famer in his prime on the defensive line to an already good defense. Now the good defense is a great defense. That's a great defense. And they have offensive weapons. And I keep telling, like, you know, Mahomes and Baker Mayfield and these Big 12 quarterbacks are, well, they're not really pro style. This is the pro style now. Spread it out. And you know what happens? Guys are wide open, particularly if you don't bring the pressure. But so the question is, if Trubisky can be this, I don't mean 5 touchdowns in a game. That's the 4th quarterback to do it so far. We're in week 4. That's the same as the 2 previous seasons combined. Like, everyone's doing this right now because of the nature of offenses. Trubisky can at least hit an open receiver who's wide open if he doesn't face pressure. As you said, not every defense is the Bucs defense. When he faces pressure, he's not the same guy. The point is, if he can just be okay, the Bears will win the division with that defense.
Yeah, but again, in the same breath, let's keep in mind, again, what's the chances of Chicago running into Tampa Bay, a defense like Tampa Bay again, outside of Tampa Bay for a second game this season? I mean, outside of that, we don't know. We have to wait and see. I'm not going to sit up there and give props to these quarterbacks that have shown more of a history of struggling than playing exceptional, and then they have one good Sunday after. Look, the Buffalo Bills just beat the Minnesota Vikings last week. Did you know that? How did they look yesterday?
Not so good.
Not so good. Scored 27 points in the first half against Minnesota last week. What did they score for the entire game against Green Bay yesterday? 0. Let's pump the brakes.
Yeah. You know what's weird, though?
0-4 passing when he's pressured.
Guys, usually we say around week 4 you figure out what's going on. I'm not sure that that's the case this season.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't
I
know
mean,
that
parity in the NFL, I love it, but yeah, it truly feels like
Do you
a cliche.
feel like you have a
Anything
handle?
can happen any given second. No, not at all.
I don't feel like I have a handle on exactly what's going on.
Even look at the Patriots, we'll discuss later. The same thing could happen with the Steelers. We wrote them off. Some people
tell
did.
y'all about them damn Miami Dolphins. Y'all didn't listen. Try to tell you. Try to tell you going into Foxborough. Try to tell you.